You're listening to Sheep, where we put the funny back into the news. I'm Andrew Bolton, and with me, as always, my fellow sheepolite, Mel Fessenden. All right, and we are back with another episode.
Hello, everyone. It is me, Mel Bolton.
And it is I, Andrew Bolton. And together we are Sheep. As you guys can tell, we have been MIA practicing that.
Yep, definitely not sick with a common cold.
Yes, that definitely wasn't what it was. So if you hear a phlegmy cough from me, know that was training.
Mm-hmm. Although it is nice that we got sick from something basic for once.
Yeah, just a cold. Mm-hmm. And I like how you have joined me in the being sick part.
Oh, I'm not feeling good today.
Oh, that's right. I apologize.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. We are on the mend.
Yeah.
That's a little better.
He can't work through it, so... But I can.
Well, as the speaker, and when my voice sounded like this... I didn't think it would work. All right, guys? But we're back.
That's
all right.
right.
I know you guys were scared. Probably worried.
Always.
Yes. I'm a little insulted I didn't get more worrying notes.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But...
You know, I thought I passed them along to you.
Oh, was that what happened?
Man. I must have just missed it.
How many were there?
Just so many. Like, I put them all in one box.
Oh, yeah?
And it filled up the whole shoebox, too. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And I wrapped it like a present.
Oh.
And I thought it'd be fun to bury it somewhere and make a treasure map. And then I mailed you the treasure map. So maybe that's what it is. It's stuck in the mail.
That doesn't seem worth it. That seems like a lot of work. Never mind. I don't care anymore.
Don't worry. You'll be into it when you get the letter.
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, I also buried your Game Boy with it. So you'll be into it.
Ah, damn it. Alrighty, guys. Well, let's quit beating this bush.
Yeah. The poor bush.
It's beaten.
Mm-hmm.
It's downright in the mud. All right. Starting off. All right, guys. Naked hermit who lived alone for 29 years says farewell to remote island.
I'd be naked if I was a hermit.
Yeah, 29 years alone.
Easy.
Who am I putting clothes on for?
Yeah, you're basically your own episode of Naked and Afraid.
First thing I would do,
a long time.
Get rid of mirrors. Second thing I would do, get rid of clothes.
I don't know how much he started off with on this island.
Third thing I'd get rid of, luxuries. You're like, I don't think...
Are you castawaying yourself? Do you need an ice skater shoe just for blades purposes?
Oh, yeah, I guess he did that, didn't he?
Yeah, and also can be used for dental work.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, it was a Japanese castaway who spent nearly 3 decades living alone on a remote island before being forced back to civilization. Recently returned to his former home to say farewell in a heartwarming video.
So he didn't want to be rescued?
No.
Oh, man. I could believe that.
Yeah.
Especially
current times.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, getting him caught up on everything.
Yeah, they go, listen, just sit down. Here's the Marvel Universe. I don't want to live in this world anymore.
Yeah, that would be crazy. I mean, I don't have the time.
Technically, Castaway came out while he was...
Really?
Castawayed.
That's crazy.
So he could technically watch Castaway.
That's a good one. Yeah, I think that would bring him to some tears for sure. That ending is bittersweet.
Isn't?
For Castaway? Yeah, he goes to find his old wife and finds she moved on because it's been like 7 years.
4.
4?
Yeah. Doesn't feel long enough.
He was proclaimed dead. For the most part, it's 1 to 2 years that you can... I guess that is a pretty early...
That's pretty quick.
It's pretty quick.
4 years.
Plane going down in the middle of the ocean?
Yeah.
What are the chances?
Hey, I agree with you. She probably never thought this would happen. That's why she sent her husband to go pick him up from the airport.
Maybe she knew he wasn't a good swimmer. So.
Oh, yeah. She didn't have faith in him. Yeah.
There ain't no way he's surviving that.
Yeah, he works for FedEx. He's not an athlete. He's gone. All right, so let's see here. Masafumi Nagasaki, 87, was ordered by the Japanese government in 2018 to leave the island of Sotobanari, where he lived a life of solitude in the archipelago in the southwest of Okinawa Prefecture for 29 years as the Naked Hermit.
29 years? Wow.
Yeah.
What did they mention how he was, how did he manage to survive? What was he eating? And I guess he made himself a home, but
yeah,
was
seafood.
he just fishing and collecting shellfish?
Yes, he was. Yes, that's essentially what he was doing. What you assumed he would do, he did.
I didn't know if it was like a heavy fruit providing island. I assumed not, because nobody actually lives there.
He actually survived on nothing but cashew milk.
Huh.
Yeah, and spinach. Weirdly enough.
Well, that's why I asked.
Yeah.
So that's BS.
So Nagasaki's journey has been chronicled by Alvaro Cerezo. That seems interesting. A Japanese man's naked hermit life being chronicled by a Hispanic man.
Or is he Hispanic or is he a Spaniard?
Alvaro Cerezo. I don't know.
I heard Spaniard in it, but I'm not the best.
That's more Spaniard for you?
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe it's just how you delivered it.
Maybe.
Yeah, the finesse of it. But they were like the first trailblaze going across the seas for America.
The Spaniards?
Yeah, weren't
so
they?
that's what they're doing? They're going, you guys were big in the 1600s. Why don't you come over here and document this guy's life?
You can't help themselves.
Yeah, we're already on the way, my friend.
That's why I'm pushing for the Spaniard.
You can tell, yeah. So let's see here. Who documents island castaways and runs a company called Doc Castaway. Okay, so that makes sense why he got called.
Yeah, he was like, this has been a treasure trove. We actually found him like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But we decided to let him stew a little bit more.
So a company called Do Castaway that drops tourists on deserted islands to live completely alone.
That sounds kind of nice.
Yeah, it sounds fun. So Nagasaki, who is believed to have been a photographer before fleeing civilization, had wished to die alone on the isolated island and struggled to adapt to the intricacies of modern society in a Japanese city when he returned.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So many things have changed for you, sir.
Oh, yeah. And he came back in 2018. Imagine being dragged off of your isolated island and 2 years later only to be told that you have to isolate inside of your...
Like, I'm good at this.
Yeah, he goes, this is what I've been doing this for 30 years.
Yeah, you guys couldn't have waited 2 more, or I guess
couldn't wait
6 more years.
Yeah, you couldn't have waited until after COVID was over, and they're like, COVID's never going to be over. So,
yeah, something nice about not having to pay taxes and just living off the land.
It's still the naked thing, isn't it, for you?
Oh, I totally forgot about that, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Back on it?
I mean, I'm still on board for the naked thing. I mean, where are you going to find fabric to make clothes anyways?
Right.
You got to use that stuff for making sails for your boat.
Right.
It's made out of a porta potty front.
I feel like you're pulling everything you know from Castaway. It's not true he has a best friend named Wilson.
Right. I didn't really read Lord of the Flies, okay? It wasn't interesting. It was too intense for me.
Yeah.
Too emotionally binding.
Oh, we'll wait for the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So government officials gave him a bedroom and what was described as a very little money to cover his basic necessities. Sadly, Nagasaki... No, not Nagasaki. I apologize. Actually, I think it is. I think this is a typo. Because otherwise it's Nagasaki. That doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
Has been able to make many friends as he had spent most of his time confined during the coronavirus pandemic. Yeah. It's like you pulled this guy off of an island only to put him in a tiny little... I would be pissed.
The government workers, I hope they feel a little bit of the weight of this.
Yeah.
Just have some side thought for this gentleman and be like, ooh...
Here's an
Sorry.
injection.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one. He's like, I was left alone. I was happy.
Yeah.
So his tiny room became like his desert island where he could isolate himself, as it was the only place where he was able to live with his clothes off and feel free like he did for the last 29 years.
He was living the life.
He was 87 too, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Considering
Now he's just boxed up in a small room.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, he was 58 when he became a castaway.
Yeah.
Like, that's an old age to
Kind of
start
young
it.
age, though, to go off to die by yourself.
Yeah. Well, he probably didn't think he'd make it 29 years.
He's like, I'll try to strive.
Yeah, maybe next year, and he'd end up just really enjoying it. So to pass the time, Nagasaki would often collect trash from the street, but grew disgusted by the amount of pollution created by city inhabitants, Cerezo said. Yeah, I could see that. Video posted by Cerezo last week shows Nagasaki recently returning to Sotobanari, where he was able to say farewell to the place he lived undisturbed for decades. The elderly man got emotional as a boat returned him to the shoreline, where he hoisted his hands above his head, video shows. The naked Nagasaki then laughed with joy while taking in his once familiar surroundings and let out an unforgettable, pure expression of freedom. I don't know if I've ever had a pure expression of freedom.
I did. Got it out of high school.
And that was what did it sound like?
Oh, I don't know. I know the sensation, though.
What was the sensation?
You know, you can just feel the air moving around you. Everything feels like it's lit up and energetic.
If you didn't have anything, that's all you had to say. You didn't have to make this bullshit up.
Thought I sold it.
No, nobody believes you. You know, when your hair starts to just lift towards the skies, you're like, yeah, that's because you're about to get hit by lightning. You should run and flee for your life.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got a book deal.
No, why would he have a book deal?
Who wouldn't want to get a book deal on this guy?
He's got a
Living by
TV.
himself?
He's got a TV deal
Okay,
because he's doing that TV show, right?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So luckily, Nagasaki was not sad to leave. Oh, that's good. Soto Banari, Cerezo wrote, it seemed as if he was satisfied to have had the opportunity to bid farewell to his island. Perhaps in a few years from now, if he still desires to spend his last days on Soto Barani Island and feels his time is right and he is ready to depart this world, he will be there. We will be there to help him undoubtedly.
I think that one's a false promise. But
Yeah, I think you're lying, buddy.
you're just saying things past the government.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. They'll just open the doors for us.
Screw Japan. Yeah. He has been the longest lasting voluntary castaway in history.
Did you?
I'm telling you, this sickness got me.
Yeah,
It's
man.
reversed my age and everything. So I, or my castaway clients, normally stay alone on a desert island for 2 weeks, maximum of 5. But Masafumi Nagasaki has spent 29 years. He is our hero.
Yeah.
What I also admire the most about is that when he was younger, he was someone extremely unhappy, just like so many there are around us. He could have ended up with mental problems or addicted and making people around him unhappy. But instead, he chose to be alone and have a wonderful life in the most beautiful paradise. He was extremely consistent. I think it's pretty funny that they're going, instead of having
Drag everyone else down.
yeah, he just went off into the ether to die by himself. And isn't that what we all want?
Nagasaki clearly understood the concept of a party pooper.
Yeah. He knew what he was, and Japan dragged him back. And now he's probably, to be honest, he's probably, Japan's probably a bigger party pooper than he ever was.
Yeah, that's true.
So, there's that. Alrighty. I think I could last like a year.
Year's gonna be. A year is when you're getting everything rolling. I want to say it probably takes about 3 years to make everything comfortable and work down a system.
Really? And how did you get to that time period?
A lot of guesswork. Would you believe it? But I'm assuming, I don't know much about crops and stuff, but to make it somewhat, and definitely not fishing either, just to figure out how to get your food supply alone would take a bit of a trial and error.
But remember, there's no cell phone. There's nothing on there. So you have nothing to distract your time other than to do this.
I've watched a lot of Survivor, Andrew. And those people, there's some people that thrive in the, what is it, like 53 days they're on the island? I can't remember.
39.
39?
Yeah.
Felt much longer.
No, day 39.
On the 39 days. And then some people just never even try to gather their own food or try to help themselves.
What I find most impressive about that whole thing is early on you see those like one or two people that like break down real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And those guys usually end up making it like top 5, top 6.
They do, because people see it as a weakness and are like, nice, I can carry this person with me, and then I can use them to offset the votes.
I don't know if that's what it is, or if it really is they're just... I think for some people it is that, you know?
Well, I'm saying that's probably just how it works on the outside factors, factoring on them. And then, yeah, like you're saying, they have a lot of personal growth.
Yeah, when somebody cries, anytime I ever see anybody cry on that show, and then they start making a comeback, I go, you got to get rid of that human being.
Mm-hmm.
That person is a threat.
They've found a new part of themselves.
Right.
They have risen as the phoenix.
Right. They've already made their prize was not the money, it was finding themselves. Yeah. Let's move this along.
It's a loose cannon, everyone.
Yeah. They don't even know what they'll do.
That's true. They started getting some shady stuff done.
They do some really crazy stuff because they're like, I finally feel alive. And you're like, who are you?
I had a taste of defeat. Never again.
Yeah. I'm never going to be on somebody's boot heel like that. You're like, Jesus.
Yeah.
It's a show. It's a show.
$1 million.
Yeah, well, all right, fair enough.
Yeah. And maybe a car.
Never both, though.
No. That's
Nobody's ever won
jinx.
both. Never won both. All right. Moving along.
Yeah. Hope you get back on your island, sir. But I think you're going to have to sneak on.
Yeah. So the rest of the stories I have are all dealing with relationships.
All right, guys. It's going to be a juicy one.
Yep. Relationship Monday.
Woo.
That's right. So starting off, wife stunned to learn her husband is a woman after 10 months of marital sex.
Huh.
If you were a female trying to convince your new bride, how would you go about doing it?
If I turned into the male?
You're the male.
I don't know. That's so outside my field, my realm of understanding.
How would you get rid of a body?
Are you talking... What?
I'm just saying that's not out your... You've given me reasons for that one.
Yeah, but
examples.
I also weirdly care about that field and that information. I don't really know much about the transgender community in
she's not trans.
She turned male though.
Well, kind of.
She been faking a dildo this whole time? A strap-on?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
See, okay, I needed that little tidbit of information too, because in my mind, I thought she had found those doctors that have can construct
a penis pump.
Yeah,
a penis with a pump.
Yeah, exactly, and basically it's
out of an old Nike shoe.
No, yeah.
Is that from the tag from the?
For you guys that don't know or haven't
Jordans?
Heard about this, there's a group of doctors that are able to create a male member, and they take real flesh and they insert a tube in it, and it connects to all your body organs, but it also can't lift off by itself, so you have to pump it up. And you have to deflate it afterwards.
Yeah.
Let the air out.
I can't take any more, honey. I'm done. Never felt more like a man.
Okay. Yeah, that one would have been hard for me to fake, because I was like, I guess it's pretty believable. But I would have to say for the strap-on, I'm guessing they always did it in the dark.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to do the dark, probably under the covers. Say you're a shy person,
right?
And then I might even allude to a a childhood where I just am ashamed of my body.
There you go.
Yeah. So in some moderate lies there, and then I guess you just got to be really good with the strap on too, and make sure it's pretty authentic skin tone. Yeah. Call it a day.
There you go. Call it a day.
Yeah.
So she did none of those things.
Oh.
So
marry a blind person.
There you go.
Nailed it.
An Indonesian woman is reeling after learning her husband of 10 months is actually female, despite the fact that they frequently had sex. Air quotes. So the 22-year-old wife, identified only as NA, not applicable, has now pressed charges against her estranged spouse over the deceit.
I think they're going to win that lawsuit.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm still scared. I'm shaking when I go out, the jilted bride is quoted as saying in a report published in the local outlet Tribune. Yeah, it's like, what do you know to be real anymore?
Yeah. And
if you can't even trust your husband to be a man. It's like, and I'm not even.
And that saying used to mean something completely different.
Yeah, I'm not even saying.
That was a confidence statement.
Yeah, we're going factual now. This is literal. We're not using this as.
Yeah, not using it figuratively anymore.
Correct.
Yeah, except it's about the figure.
Yeah, it's a missing figure.
I would be extremely uncomfortable and feel like I'm not finding the right words to use because I want to say like bamboozled, and that puts too much of a funny backstory to it. Violated, yeah. I honestly,
it'd feel like, yeah.
I would wonder what that person's mind is at, where they thought this was okay to do to someone who they supposedly love, since they married. And yeah, I would be even questioning the state of mind of this individual.
Yeah. And I feel like you'd kind of beat yourself up a little bit about it too.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I didn't know. Like whenever I broke up with a girl or that was wrong for me.
Yeah.
And I looked back and I go, man, I don't know what I was thinking. I can't believe I did that. That was so,
Yeah, but in the moment,
hindsight.
You make it, yeah, exactly. You make it okay in your head.
Yeah.
Also, who would have ever, she probably never even expected anything like that. Granted, maybe should have taken a shower together. That would have put some
perspective.
Yeah. But yeah, she's going to win that lawsuit.
Yeah.
Because recently there was another lawsuit. I think it was Japan where the guy sued his wife who had too much plastic surgery. So she didn't have her original face anymore. And when his daughter came out, or their baby came out, the baby looked like she had had an affair, but turns out she had had so much plastic surgery.
Oh, I did hear about that one, yeah.
Well, we did it on the podcast.
Yes, I remember that. That's why I heard about it.
So many stories, so little time.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
So, according to the website, NA first met her spouse, who went by the name Anaf Ararif.
Wasn't enough.
On the dating app Tantan last year. Arafif purportedly claimed to be a doctor who was educated in New York, and the two soon hit it off via messaging. Yeah.
So how much of the life is true?
None of it.
Really? Because if you're claiming to be a doctor, you at least have to have a job that's raking in enough cash.
Right. So now you're not even rich.
Yeah.
You're just a chick.
Chick with a dick.
Well, no, not even a dick.
Yeah.
So the pair met in person in May 2021 after Arafif traveled to NA's hometown of Jambi. Arafif proposed a short time later, and they tied the knot in July. You got to strike quick. You got to think that when Arafif was traveling there, in her head, she's like, 50-50 that this doesn't work.
Oh, yeah, she was going for it.
And then it finally worked. And then she's like, there are Asians that are blonde? Oh, my God.
What do you mean by that?
I'm just dumb.
Oh, okay.
Easily tricked.
Gotcha.
Gullible.
Gotcha. So they bleached their hair.
No, I'm being facetious.
Oh.
It was a blonde joke.
Don't tell blonde jokes to a blonde.
Well, not when I have to explain it. So, let's see here. Where did I leave it? Short time later and tied the knot in July. Yeah, you got to move quick. So, N.A. admitted to being intimate with her spouse during their marriage, saying she believed they had engaged in penetrative intercourse. However, she admitted that she was asked to not to look directly at Arafif's genitals.
The angle's all wrong.
Yeah. And that her eyes were covered with a cloth whenever things turned steamy. Actually sounds kind of nice.
TMI and...
What, my part?
No.
Oh.
No, that is a smart move to just be like, I have a severe kink. You need to be blindfolded.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, N.A. also alleged that Arafif would only get naked with the lights off so that sex was had in a state of blackout. Hey, you and college students. So, while N.A.'s mother was reportedly charmed by Arafif prior to the marriage, she soon became suspicious when it appeared he did not actually have a job. I love that that's the problem the mom has.
Yeah.
She goes, I've been having problem with Arafif. And she goes, oh. Because he's not working? She goes, no, I think he doesn't have a penis. He goes, that's not a big deal, honey.
You can fix that with money.
Yeah, trust your mother. He does not have job. That's the problem.
Which, from a mom's perspective, she should probably be weighing the option of having kids too, though.
Well, also,
she probably wants a grandbaby.
Yeah, and the mom's probably bragging, my daughter married a doctor. Oh, what? Really? What?
Oh, gosh. Yeah, you can't go and have cocktails with the gals for a while.
Not only did it turn out to not be a doctor or a man, you're like, we can't invite her out anymore.
Gosh, I wouldn't, as the girl who got tricked, I would just be so dumbfounded. I might just join a Buddha temple or become a nun.
Really?
I'm going to go find myself. Maybe get lost on an island.
There you go. That's better.
Yeah.
All right. So Arafif moved in with N.A. and her mother and promptly began asking for money. In the ensuing months, N.A.'s meddling mama became more and more convinced that her son-in-law was a fraudster. She also started to become skeptical that Arafif was a man, and she tried to obtain identification documents. Good job, Mom. Sometimes you're too nosy, but other times you're right on the button.
Yeah, I just wish your daughter had gotten some common sense from you as well.
Well, she's 22.
Yeah.
It's
just...
Would I have been tricked by that at 22?
There's a chance. Yeah, it's just not even like in the realm of possibilities for me.
I think it's easier to trick... Do you think it's easier to trick a man into marrying a man who believes it's a woman? Or do you think it's easier to trick a woman into marrying a woman who believes it's a man?
Could you run that by me again?
I don't think I could. Okay. So do you think it would be easier to trick a dude into marrying another dude who's pretending to be a chick?
Okay.
And I'm not even saying a trans man or a trans woman.
Just pretending. Just lights off and calling it a day.
Right.
Okay.
Or do you think it would be easier to trick a woman into marrying a woman who's pretending to be a man?
I think it would be easier to trick a woman I think it'd be easier for a woman to trick
another woman
that she's a man.
Yeah, because guys don't listen to rules. They go, lights off. He goes, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that and... Yeah, I think they would figure that one out real quick since
penises are hard to hide.
Yeah.
Penises are hard to hide. I see you didn't take that corner as sharp as you should have. What's going on? Why are you looking at a young picture of Richard Gere?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You and Anderson Cooper. So, let's see here. This past April, she finally confronted Arafif and ordered him to strip naked. At that point, Arafif is said to have admitted to being a woman who was actually named Eryani Arafif. N.A. and her mother contacted the police, and Arafif was reportedly been charged with fraud. The scam artist admitted to cops that they tricked N.A. into thinking she was having penetrative sex by using fingers. Oh, boy. Well, you have a big surprise coming for you, so that's fun.
Yeah, once she gets past all the years of therapy she's going to go through.
Yeah, every time she dates somebody, like, that's going to be some weird baggage to carry.
I don't know. I think that, yeah. That's a third date topic.
Yeah. Strip. I need to see your penis.
No, we're not going to do anything.
I just need to know
I
it's
need
there.
to make sure you're male.
Yeah.
Could you bring your birth certificate, please?
Yeah, perfect. So it's currently unclear whether Arafif is likely to face jail time if convicted of the fraud. A court date has not yet been announced.
Yeah, you should. Jail.
You
Put
think
her
so?
in jail. Lock her up.
Throw away the key? Nah.
I think she should definitely pay money to this girl as well.
She has no money.
Gosh. Nothing's worse than a broke fraudster.
I would say
all
you got.
are.
I would say you got sexually violated.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say that's worth jail time.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's
a tough one because on one hand, you did marry this person.
Yeah.
So the only problem with them is their gender.
Mm-hmm.
So on one hand, is it sexist?
I don't think so. I think it's just fraud.
All right, fair enough.
I think we'll stick to that in this ever-changing world of confusion. And we're just going to learn from this one as the rest of the people out there. I hope this girl gets some sort of settlement because that blows.
Actually, she never had to. So, Brian... So, move on. We'll leave it at that one.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to get a better line. All right. Moving on. Okay. Do you remember way back when, before COVID, maybe Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie? No, that was
during
COVID. Okay. So, well, anyways, they just released some of Brian Laundrie's notebook.
All right. Yeah, we're about to dive into what we've all had questions about. Should we do a quick rundown of what happened?
Sure. So Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito. Gabby Petito went missing, I want to say, in May of last year.
Mm-hmm. They were doing some cross-country, just traveling in a
van.
Yeah.
Converted van.
Mm-hmm.
And so they converted a van, and they were going to have YouTube videos across the country showing their trip, right? Well, anyways, Brian Laundrie came back to Florida without Gabby Petito. Then this giant search began. They found Gabby Petito's... I think they found Gabby Petito's body. Eventually.
She was missing for a while.
But,
and then they found her, I think it was over the side of a cliff.
And so then Brian Laundrie went missing, and they found him, and he had killed himself.
Yeah. And there was a few things in between there, but that's the important stuff, guys.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyways, he never really figured out what happened, but anyways, he left some notes near his body. This was the notes that he left.
All right.
So Brian Laundrie admitted to killing girlfriend Gabby Petito in a notebook left in a Florida swamp where he committed suicide. But Laundrie insisted it was an act of mercy, according to Report Friday.
Oh, that's never good.
So Laundrie claimed that he wanted to put Petito, whom he was engaged to, out of her misery after she fell and hurt herself in the Wyoming wilderness, but said he immediately regretted it after killing her.
Yeah, it's BS.
So anyways, here's the notes. I'm going to try to read them. A little waterlogged. All right?
Oh, they didn't transcribe them onto...
They did, but only a few lines. And then they just took pictures of the next couple of pages.
Yeah.
From his notebook.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't just try to...
Well, some of it's ineligible.
Oh, okay.
All right. So I'll read what I can.
Okay.
So if you were reading Gab's journal, looking at photos from our life together, flipping, spelled that wrong, through old cards. You wouldn't want to live a day without her. Knowing that every day you'll wake up without her, you wouldn't want to wake up. I'm sorry to everyone this will affect. Gabby was the love of my life, but I know, I don't know. It's waterlogged. Stored by Minnie. I'm so very sorry to her family because I love them. I considered her younger siblings my best of friends. I am sorry to my family. This is a shock to them as well, as a terrible grief. Page 1. Jeez. Where am I at? There we go. There it is. She would wake in pain, start her whole painful cycle again, while furious that I was the one waking her. She wouldn't let me try to cross the creek. Thought like me. I don't know. Would go out and get it. Basically, anyways, she fell.
Yeah.
The synopsis is she fell and he put her out of her misery.
Yeah.
Is what he claims.
And he's trying to say he would have gone and got help, but she didn't want him to leave.
Yeah. Like the fire would go out and her sleep and she'd freeze. So she wouldn't let him leave, he's saying, because she was afraid that the fire would go out and she'd freeze. So I don't know the extent of Gabby's injuries, only that she was in extreme pain. I ended her life. I thought it was merciful, that it is what she wanted. But I see now all the mistakes I made. I don't know. I was in shock. But from the moment I decided to take away her pain, I knew I couldn't go on without her. Whew. What do you think? God complex a little bit?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was God complex and a little obsessive. And I mean, one thing we forgot to mention too is they did release prior to finding this guy, prior to him leaving in the middle of the woods, they released a video of some of their trip video, and it was the cops pulling the group over because they were driving sporadically. There we go, and it was moving into different lanes and everything. So the cops pulled him over, and his name's Brian. Mm-hmm. He had a bunch of scratches and.
He had marks all
over him, and she seemed relatively fine. So she had been hitting him.
And she admitted it on camera.
Yeah. By no means am I saying, like, she deserved this. No means by that at all. But I think he might have gotten pushed to his breaking point. And then I think, like you said, I think he had a God complex that he just kind of snapped into. Even more so.
Yeah, just to think that... I don't know. Put her out of her misery? That just seemed weird.
Yeah, she's not a lame horse.
Yeah.
It's a weird one, because, I mean, what would you do if I had fallen off a cliff and I couldn't move, but the best thing you could do for me is to get help? I don't think I would hold you back. I think I'd be like, no, go get help. Just build a giant fire. Leave it here with me. Maybe give me some matches, and I'll throw a stick on it to light it at the end of the night.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know. I just feel like I would have to look at a map to see how
deep
into the wilderness they were. Because if it was like a 3-hour drive just to go get help, that's definitely worth it.
Yeah. If it's within driving range.
Right.
So, I apologize. I actually skipped a page because it's kind of tough to read this whole stuff.
Ah.
So before that, it was supposed to be talking about how his parents loved her as much as. So he goes, "And to my parents, I know that this is right. I'm sorry to my family. This is a shock to them as well, as a terrible grief." And then it goes to, they loved as much, if not more than me, a new daughter to my mother, an aunt to my nephews. Please do not make this harder for them. This occurred as an unexpected tragedy, rushing back to our car, trying to cross the streams of something creek before it got too dark to see, too cold. I hear a splash and a scream. I could hardly see. I couldn't find her for a moment. Shouting her name. I found her breathing heavily, gasping for air. Something was freezing cold. Da-da-da-da-da-da. It's all kind of marked out. The blazing hot national parks.
I don't understand why you wouldn't. So you'd set up. So it's getting to nightfall. So you'd set up a camp. You're not gonna leave her there. I don't know how severe you could fall in a creek and not be able to at least go through the night. I would picture more with like a broken leg or an arm, maybe a punctured rib or a punctured lung.
Yeah, I just don't know.
The creek part makes it sound like it wouldn't be as severe of an injury, like a life-threatening injury on a first night.
Well, it doesn't seem like a first. Yeah, I don't know.
And then why wouldn't you just try to build a, like, what do they call them? The things that carry people.
A gurney?
A gurney, yeah. Like you just cut down two tree branches, kind of tether them together, or like one, just get her to lay on it, and you just pull her.
Well, now you got to cross the creek again.
Did she not make it over at all?
Well, they made it to the other side. I'm assuming he didn't go back to the other side of the creek.
Yeah, that's just another thing that.
Yeah, I don't know.
You'd have to know if she was on the side that was closer to the car or further away too.
Yeah, and so this is the last page. I've killed myself by this creek in the hopes that animals may tear me apart, that it may make some of her family happy. Please pick up all of my things. Gabby hated people who littered. To be honest, coward.
Yeah, I think so. I think he had a severe fit of rage.
I don't know if he had I wouldn't necessarily agree with a fit of rage. I think he panicked.
So do you think her injuries were caused by a fall?
Yeah, because to be honest, the video that I saw of him from the police thing,
yeah,
the video of that kind of screamed, unconfident.
Yeah, okay.
And so I don't know if he would have had the confidence to hurt her while she was at full health.
I guess I just I don't know if he felt like a hostage in the relationship at all. If that was how it was going for him.
Well, that's not what I meant. I meant just like he seems like a weasel.
Yeah. But what I'm gathering from what you're saying is by him ending her life because she was in so much pain by what he said and couldn't move, wouldn't it make more sense that he saw it as a chance to kind of move out of a abusive relationship if that's what it was?
By being abusive? Maybe. I mean, if it was an abusive relationship, which it looked like it was. Yeah,
but that's the only thing. That video is the only thing we know that it would be like. And I think there was like friends that said he was obsessive.
Yeah.
I didn't hear too much bad stuff about Gabby.
Yeah, you really can't say anything bad about somebody who's missing, though.
No, right?
So it's that quid pro quo.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah. You don't know if there's any more skeletons in that closet.
Right, you can't badmouth somebody until they make a statue of that person, and then you got to tear it down. That's when you're allowed to.
Yeah.
You can't speak ill of the dead until they get remembered. Anyways, so we finally figured out the secrets. Pretty crazy.
Really, maybe he shouldn't have gone so close to the creek, so the notebook would have been more legible.
That would have been nice.
Although I want to say the government would have software for...
I'm sure somebody could do it, but just my one-eyed self is not going to peer into that. Not for you people. All right. Moving along. We got 2 stories left, guys, okay? Okay. So, 2 more relationship. Man slits wife's throat, played her favorite song, and held her hand as she died. That's right.
Does she have cancer?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So a Florida man was arrested for murder after he allegedly confessed to slitting his wife's throat and then playing her favorite song and holding her hand as she bled to death in a bathtub.
Nope, clearly not.
Yeah. Zichin Yang, 21, was taken into custody Tuesday on charges of first-degree murder and tampering with evidence in the brutal slaying of his wife, Nu Qua Pham, Almonte Springs police said.
That's some dark stuff. Favorite song, too.
Yeah, right? You're like, I don't want to...
Just know I always listen to you.
Yeah. I know your favorite things. Here's your favorite food. She's like, my throat, it's gone. What are you doing? So police said that just before 9 a.m. on Tuesday, officers were dispatched to an address at the 900 block of Ballard Street to conduct a welfare check. A little late. So when the officers entered the apartment, they found Pham lying in a pool of blood in the bathtub. Pham had a deep laceration to the left side of her neck, which had blood running down from it.
Yeah.
Her stomach was pooled with blood. Ugh. Paramedics who were called to the home pronounced the woman dead at the scene. I don't know what it would take to kill, not just someone.
It's got some sadistic.
But that's creepy.
Yeah.
Killing somebody, slitting
holding them too.
Right.
And then and then playing their favorite song. So it's kind of taking something beautiful to that person and just really destroying it as you destroy them.
Right. And he probably made the bathtub for her. He's like, hey, let me make you a bath. And she's like, oh, that's so nice.
Oh, gosh.
Probably started out, puts on her favorite song, probably rubs her shoulders a little bit to get her relaxed.
Yeah, I just, he has to be, I want to say he's insane, honestly.
That's pretty dark. Yeah. So, police stated that they recovered a pair of pink rubber gloves on the floor and a bottle of cleaning disinfectant. Yang was not in the apartment when police arrived, but he was apprehended a short time later. During a police interview, Yang allegedly admitted to slitting his wife's throat in a fit of rage. The 21-year-old told detectives that before the killing, he could feel himself getting more and more angry and that he could have stopped short of killing her.
Oh, never mind. He's not going to get that insanity plea.
Yeah, you shouldn't have said that, buddy.
Oh, gosh, 21? Get a divorce, dude.
Yeah, you have your whole life ahead of you.
You don't have that many assets. She's not going to take too much from you.
Yeah, and even if you do, it took you 8 years to obtain, or 3 years to obtain it. So it's like,
Yeah, it's not going to be a large amount. No, you've thrown away your whole life. You've destroyed hers. You've destroyed your family's.
Yeah, so when cops asked the murder suspect why he did not stop himself, Yang replied, that was not how he was raised, and that he's the type of person who always goes all the way.
Oh, so it's not his fault.
It's his parents' perfectionist.
Yeah.
That's right.
Gosh, that sounds like a 21-year-old.
That does, doesn't it? That sounds like the biggest 21. That's not how I do things.
I was programmed to do this. Yeah. Yeah, it's just he's not going to take any of the blame for this. And yeah, he's
It's a crazy sentiment.
Yeah.
Why didn't you stop sooner? I wasn't raised to not murder someone. What are you talking about? Like,
well, I started this, so
yeah.
By that reason alone.
Yeah. You never stopped something and you're like, this is a bad idea. I guess I should release this nuclear fallout on the world, though, even though now I realize what it'll do.
Yeah. All right.
So when cops asked the murder suspect why he did not stop, So the arrest report stated that after Yang slashed Pham's throat, he took her to the bathroom. He placed Pham in the bathroom tub. Okay, so that's a little better.
Yeah, so it's just a convenience thing.
Played her favorite music and held her hand for what he estimated to be approximately 10 minutes until she died.
Poor girl, she married a monster.
I would be trying to fight that handhold.
Oh, gosh. I'm sure she did. But I'm sure she was just...
You're out of blood.
Yeah. It's a quick way to bleed out, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't want the person who slit my throat holding my hand.
Yeah.
Why is he always such a perfectionist?
Yeah. She married a monster.
Yeah. Yang then began to wipe his wife's blood off the walls and floor, police said. Detectives subsequently interviewed Yang's employer at a pool maintenance company, who told him that when he called Yang early Tuesday and asked why he had failed to show up for work, Yang said he was upset with his wife, Pham, because she had burned his passport.
It could be a real thing. It could be a lie. Either way, it's not enough to kill someone over.
Mel, you lost my passport once. So just know that based on this...
You lost them. You lost them both. I wouldn't throw away my own purse.
And I wouldn't throw away your purse.
Yeah, right.
That's an even more bold
You don't even know
claim.
what a purse looks like.
Okay, all of a sudden, I'm just a baboon. All I'm saying is that you're lucky I'm so calm because... And I wasn't raised as a perfectionist like this guy.
What's my favorite song?
Happy birthday. Because it's all about you when we sing it. Boom. Next question.
It's wrong. It's a trick question. I don't have a favorite.
I know you don't have a favorite song. You wouldn't know it even if you heard it.
It's whatever I'm feeling at the moment.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. So detectives subsequently interviewed Yang's employer. Burned his passport. So when the employer slammed Yang for being irresponsible, Yang went on to tell him that he had actually done unspeakable things and that he had killed his wife.
Oh, man. You just...
He also wasn't...
Because he cleaned up the act somewhat at first. I mean, he left her in the tub. So yeah. I don't know...
He was also raised not to lie, Melissa.
But he didn't...
They almost had the perfect killing machine if they'd only gotten rid of that whole truthful thing.
Well, the thing is, too, is if he is a perfectionist that follows through to the very end, her being in that bathtub for the cops to find... I guess his downfall was telling his boss.
Yeah, that he killed his wife.
Yeah, because I guess he was maybe trying to develop a plan to conceal his crime.
I love that he goes, this is crazy. So his boss calls him to go, hey, why weren't you at work? And he goes, sorry, man. I just got so angry at my wife because she burned my passport. The boss goes, listen, that's not my problem, man. I'm trying to run a business here. You're being completely irresponsible. And he goes, yeah, well, if it makes you feel any better, I slit her throat.
I carried through.
Yeah. Okay. So now I'll never be late again. And you're like,
all right. Well, tell me where you are, what you're wearing. I'm going to be calling the cops on my other phone.
I am anything but irresponsible. I'm a murderer.
Yeah. Get it right.
Yeah. Thanks, boss. By the way, I quit.
Yeah. You would think. Maybe he's like, so when's my next shift?
Yeah, I know.
Well, man. At least he's a dum-dum who's going to go away for a long time. I don't think he's going to get the insanity plea.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so he's going to be making some license plates in jail.
I think so.
For all of us.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. All right, to the last story of the day.
The finale.
And no more murder.
Wow.
That's right. I'm not ending it. It's actually kind of a happy one.
Okay, guys. It's hopeful. We've been tricked before, though, so don't go all in.
Okay. I was loveless before I married a rag doll, and now we have a baby.
A rag baby.
Yeah.
You know, with all the previous stories, I'm okay with this.
Oh, yeah, see? Yeah, you're like, human and human relationships apparently are 50-50.
Yeah, Raggedy Ann's the way to go.
Yeah. So a woman in Brazil found a man who was made for her. Get it?
Yeah.
All right. Miriavone Roca Moraes, 37, complained to her mother about being single and stressed about not having a dance partner. Oh.
I don't know how much dancing he could do.
As long as he doesn't have to lead, I think quite a lot.
He's got some wheels built into his feet.
Yeah. So in an attempt to cheer her daughter up, the mother made a rag doll named Marcelo, according to Jam Press. Would you like to look at Marcelo?
Oh, yes, please. I didn't know it was handmade. Oh, gosh. It's actually pretty darn cute if someone had given it as a joke. But, yeah, it just looks like someone... It looks like something a girl would make for herself for, like, a military husband that's always gone, and she likes a big body pillow to hug at night.
Yeah. Well, apparently you don't even need the man anymore.
Nope.
Just the body pillow. But he's...
just a Sharpie mustache on him.
That's not Sharpie. That's yarn.
Oh.
She stitched that in there. He's got big, thick eyebrows.
He's actually really cute looking. Like, I thought it was going to be...
creepy?
Well, I thought it was going to be like a... oh, what are they called? Not porn doll, but...
sex doll?
A sex doll, yeah.
No, that's for dudes. Chicks need plush. Guys need holes.
We like comfort.
Yeah, guys don't need that. Well, I mean, it is very...
How many orifices can you fit on this?
Yeah. Is there a hole in the foot? Put one there.
Just in case.
Yeah. It's pretty rare for a Brazilian man to have blue eyes, so...
Yeah, that's a nice touch.
It is.
She knows her daughter.
Yeah. So, when my mom made Marcelo and first introduced me to him, I fell in love with him. It was love at first sight. I
don't like that, because I don't know if the mother actually introduced. I think that's a strong word for her being like, hey, I made this cute little stand-in.
Yeah. Her mom goes, Mirivona, come here. I have a surprise for you.
Yeah.
I want you to meet very nice young man. Here he is, Marcelo. Say hello, Marcelo. Yeah, I don't think so. It was because I didn't have a forró dancer. I don't know what forró is.
And it says dancer afterwards?
Yeah.
I guess it must be a type of dance. I guess it was a partner, though.
Yeah, she wanted a dance partner. I don't know. I would go to these dances, but wouldn't always find a partner. Then he entered into my life, and it all made sense. No.
It's a weird one, lady. I don't know.
Oh, I'm looking at the dance right now.
Oh, okay.
So it's a specific type of dance.
Do you have to throw the other person around like a rag doll? Because it's perfect then.
This is forró music. So this is the music that she didn't have a dance partner to. Okay.
All right.
So she didn't have a dance partner for that.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, but then he entered my life and it all made sense.
Okay. All right. She quickly flipped on a switch and became a person that loves inanimate objects.
Yep. 37 happened. Moraes and Marcel. She goes, I could be 38 and single or 37 with a straw husband.
Minor quirk, I can handle it.
Yeah, done. I'm going to be married.
Best part is I can go baby shopping at Walmart.
Yeah, I can have a kid right away. Let's see here. Moraes and Marcelo reportedly have been in a romantic relationship since the day they met. As a mother, I'd be pretty disturbed by that.
Yeah.
He is a man I always wanted in my life. She told me need to know.
Those muscles are all fluff.
Yeah.
It's fake.
Yeah, fake. After being together for several months, Moraes discovered that she was pregnant. I don't know. This is when you realize that either this mom knew what was going to happen, and
I think this spiraled for her. I think this spiraled hard.
You think this snowballed?
Oh yeah, she wants some grandbabies, not some baby dolls.
Yeah. So it's true. It's true. Marcelo got me pregnant. He didn't take care of himself, and he didn't use a condom, she exclaimed. He got me pregnant.
Oh my gosh.
I took the test. It was positive. I couldn't believe it.
She's turning delusional. I'm hoping, just for her sanity,
that they had a threesome.
That or she's just really embellishing because she's posting this
and
for
she's
people
just
to read.
Screwing around.
Yeah, I hope this is just for laughs, that she's like really laying into this. Like, okay, yeah, you love a doll, and you're like, oh well, I'm gonna have a whole family now. Makes sense. But let's not pretend you got pregnant.
Yeah, COVID's changed people. So not wanting to have a baby out of wedlock, the couple decided to make things official and got married. You didn't decide.
You guys agreed together.
We agreed together. It was a long talk.
I don't think he doesn't have individual fingers, though, does he? I think it's just a mitt. How does she get that ring? Oh, she's going to sew on a ring.
No, he's got individual fingers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Good on the mother.
Yeah, the mom.
She's got some technical work.
Yeah, she did great, actually. Look at that. She's got some Mickey Mouse hands.
He is super cute.
Okay, I'm going to be replaced soon if I keep this up. I'm just going to get through this as quickly as possible because I can tell my time has come.
It's just you wouldn't for someone that like falls in love for a doll man, you think that they would like go for a somewhat human looking doll man, but he really is like a raggedy doll man.
Yeah. So the wedding was a wonderful day for me. Very important, very emotional. It rained a lot, but it was wonderful. Ugh.
Read the signs.
Yeah, you can't leave him outside.
No, it's got that mildew smell now.
Where did you go? Where were you, Marcelo?
It doesn't even have a dryer. I need to put my groom in there.
Yeah. So from the moment I walked down the aisle to the end, it was just beautiful. Then went to the wedding night with my husband, Marcelo, and we enjoyed our wedding night quite a lot.
This mother, this has really just blown up on her.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I guess he won't age? I don't know. This is weird.
It's super weird because, I mean, what if she cheats on him?
Yeah.
With another creation?
Yeah, exactly. What are you going to do? What if the mom makes another one?
Oh, gosh.
What are you making? Why are you doing this to me? So the couple welcomed 250 guests at their wedding and then snuck off to a beach house in Rio de Janeiro for a week-long honeymoon.
That was more than our wedding.
Yeah.
I would go to see this, though. I would go to see
I think
this.
the only way out for this mom is to make a real, like a female Raggedy Ann and then like sneak into her house while she's at work and put the female in bed with...
lay into her delusions.
Yeah, with Marcelo and be like, honey, I saw something terrible.
Yeah. She comes back and her daughter just has stuffing everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah,
he did it himself, Mom. He left a note and everything.
Yeah, he left. Oh, God. How far does this delusion go?
I don't know, but if you're going to solve it, you got to just go. You have to... you got to sell a new delusion.
Yeah, like if the cartel came after him for talking, for ratting on the cartel, and they, splayed his body parts across the wall, would she be emotionally distraught about, would that make her puke?
Oh, yeah. I would assume, by what she's claiming.
I need her to.
By what she's claiming, I would assume so.
She goes on a...
I would think the mafia would just give it to one of their dogs, though, as a chew toy, though.
And so she turns into the female Taken.
Yeah.
But I am 37 years old, and I have nothing except for that fucking doll. Yeah. Bring it back. So after the honeymoon, the couple welcomed their doll child, Marcelino. On May 21st, she gave birth in just 35 minutes at home with a doctor and nurse on site. What?
I don't
What are we
understand.
doing here, guys? While live streaming it to an audience of 200 people.
Oh, this is being fed. You people are feeding her into this.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Because, okay, I can understand you having yourself a doll baby. I can understand you claiming it took 25 minutes.
35.
35 minutes. Why do you need a nurse?
And a doctor on site.
Yeah. Unless they are also stuffed creations.
Yeah. Who knows?
I would more prefer that.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening anymore. I didn't feel the contractions and pain, she claimed.
I wonder why.
Because it was a tampon. It's this. Seeing the placenta and the umbilical cord and the blood made it all real. No, that was red dye, and the other one was yarn.
I just want to make sure. She didn't get a sperm donor, did she?
No, this is a fake baby.
Gosh, she is like, she's putting so many details in there. It's making me question if it's real or not.
Yeah. He was here in 35 minutes, and he is great. Would you like to see a picture of the happy mother and son?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Oh, he's got his father's eyes and hair.
Oh, man. Couldn't, that unibrow is going to have to be plucked, though.
Yeah, well, you know, we're all pretty hairy at a young age like that.
Oh, my gosh. That's just... This has to be just a GoFundMe page. It's got to be a fake news. I can't believe.
She looks great. I mean, she's glowing.
Yeah, no sweat.
So Mariah said she and her family are extremely happy together, despite the stress of her being the only breadwinner in the house. Well, it makes it easier when you're the only mouth to feed.
I hope they actually made a placenta, a stuffed placenta
Cord.
they had to cut off.
I don't know what's going on in the world anymore. He has so many great qualities, but the only downside is he's lazy. He doesn't work at all, but I am a warrior, and I keep it going for us, she told Jam Press.
Does it mention what her job is?
I don't know. If she told me that she was a psychotherapist at Arkham Asylum, I would believe that.
Yeah. Role's already taken, though, and she's girlfriend of Joker.
That's true. That's right. So Moraes is working hard to provide for her family and hates when people tell her that her family is fake. So don't do it.
No, I didn't say that. I said Raggedy Ann husband.
Yeah.
Which is what he is.
It really upsets me when people say this is fake. It makes me so angry. I am a woman of character. My father, my mother taught me to be honest. I'm not even sure you have a mom and dad anymore, to be completely honest with you.
And I'm going to say you're not being too honest with yourself.
Yeah, and to be a good person and not want to take advantage of anything. Nobody's saying any of those things about you.
Yeah. I guess that plays into what I was thinking with this being like a GoFundMe or something. But that's up to people if they want to give you money for that.
I'm just speechless. This is just all...
It's baffling. It's...
What if a real man came up to her and was like, I think you're the most beautiful woman in the world, you know, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah. Is
she going to tell her husband?
No, she's just going to put him away in storage.
Yeah. Yeah, because then when her new boyfriend has back pain, she'll bring him out to be used.
Yeah, she'll probably put him in a spare room that she really embellishes for him and his child.
Yeah.
And she's like, never go into the locked room.
Yeah. This is how curses start. Despite the hate or judgment she receives, Moraes said she is happy and in love with her new family. Married life with him is wonderful, she told Jam Press. He doesn't fight with me, he doesn't argue, and he just understands me. Marcelo is a great and faithful husband. He is such a man, and all women envy him.
No.
Really goes to show you that us guys are really screwing up when all we have to do is stay silent.
Yeah. That one you should take a note on.
This is crazy.
Yeah, I'm just curious at how normal she is in conversation. Like, is it someone you would, like, walk away after talking to and just think to yourself, well, that lady's a weirdo? Or would you be just thinking that she's just very normal?
I think you'd probably think she's normal until you go over to her house and then you go, wow, what an amazing collection. And she goes, that's my family you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah. Like, did you build another room for your child? Are they on your taxes? Are you filed as a...
Do you have dependents?
Yeah, like, I don't know what's going on right now.
Can you even marry an object in Brazil?
Yeah, like, it feels like that seems wrong to be able to do something like that.
Yeah, it's got to be a few places that actually allow that.
Well, Brazil's pretty religious.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's got the whole Cristiano statue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Huh.
It's the day we live in, everyone.
Man, you get sick for 2 days and all of a sudden, the whole world is going out of control.
Yeah, if the relationships aren't working out for you guys, you can just...
Make a doll.
It's pretty cost effective. Just use some old scraps from some old bed sheets.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we had seen guys do this stuff, but it wasn't as weird. I think it was because there was no baby. The baby made it weirder.
Yeah, she didn't want him for nighttime pleasure. She wanted him for relationship pleasure.
She wanted somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well...
Weird times.
This lady's doing fine right now. I think she's going to become bonkers.
I think we all know who the crazy lady on the street is going to be.
Yeah.
So, move over, cat lady. There's a new sheriff in town. Alrighty, guys. Well, that's all I've got for you today. Thank God. That last one got me.
I'm gonna just sit here quietly afterwards.
We're living in a simulation. That is the only... There's a glitch in the Matrix, and she's an NPC.
Yeah.
Who doesn't... I don't know.
I don't know. She just broke my whole spectrum of people. So.
Yeah, she broke me. I'm broken. So anyways, guys, I got to get out of here so I can go, really think some thoughts.
Yeah.
And drink some drinks.
Yep.
Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in to another fantastic episode of Sheep. And as always,
stay classy out there, everyone.
there you go.